Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisance at your lotus feet. Vancha kalpatarubhescha kripa sindhubhye eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnav vrinda ki jai. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, by the causeless mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar, we are continuing our reading of Srila Sanatan Goswami's Shri Brhad Bhagavatamrta. Today we will read how Shri Kunti Devi also refutes Shri Narad Muni's glorification of them. First Yudhishthir Maharaj spoke, then Bhimsen, then Arjun, Nakul Sahadev, Draupadi Devi, and today we will read about Srimati Kunti Maharani. Tadastu dure daurbhagyan mama purvavadapyasau nayatato daya kasya mantavya maya kamune. Even so, it is my misfortune that he no longer comes here. So how, dear sage Narad Muni, can I think he has shown me any mercy? We are living here in Hastinapur. Shri Krishna is in Dwaraka, spends most of his time there. Only sometimes he comes here, that also because of some work, official work, not out of love. But he stays in Dwarka out of love. He has kept us far away, Dure. And this is our misfortune, Daurbhagyat. And therefore, we don't think that we are recipients of his mercy. Because no ayati, because he doesn't come here anymore. Shri Parikshit Uvacha Shokarte Vatata Kunti Krishna Darshana Jivana Sasram Sakarunam Praha Smaranti Tat Kripa Kripe. Shri Parikshit Maharaj said to his mother, Mother Kunti Devi, for whom the sight of Krishna was her life and soul. Kunti Krishna Darshana Jivana, whose Jivan was Krishna Darshan, seemed tormented with sorrow, remembering how Sri Krishna had at times shown his mercy and at other times not shown his mercy. Kripa and Akripe. Smaranti. She's remembering how sometimes Krishna gave his Kripa, his mercy, and sometimes Sri Krishna did not. Sasram means with tears. Sakarunam means pitifully. She spoke. Praha. She then spoke pitifully with Sasram, with tears in her eyes. Sasram. Like her sons and their wife, Sri Kunti Devi is a transcendental soul, blessed with the full mercy of Sri Krishna. This is the truth, no matter what she says. The ecstasy of separation, Vipralamba Bhav, impelled Kunti Devi to complain sorrowfully as if an ordinary woman. Parikshit Maharaj qualifies his description here by saying, Shokarta Iva, as if lamenting, to help clarify the real situation. As if lamenting. Eva. Eva means as if. Shri Prithovacha Anathaya Saputraya Mama Padganato Sakrit Tvaraya Mochanat Samyag Devaki Matritopiyah Kripa Vishesha Krishnasya Swasyam Anumito Maya. Shri Pritha, that is Kunti Devi, said to Shri Narad Muni, I have no husband to protect me, but Shri Krishna always interceded just in time to save me and my sons from calamity. Anathaya means I have no protector. And many calamities came on us, me and my sons. Saputraya, mama. On me, mama, saputraya, and my five sons. What came? Apad ganataha. Apad gana. Apad means calamity. Apad gana means series of calamities. They came. Not once. Asakrit. Sakrit means once. Asakrit means many times they came. And Tvaraya Mochanad. Samyak. Completely we were protected from those apad, those calamities. Tvaraya means Tvarit, immediately, without delay. And Mochanad means we were freed. Samyak means completely freed by Krishna's mercy. Kripa Vishesha, Krishnasya. By Krishna's special mercy, we were saved. From this, I understood that Sri Krishna's mercy on me was Vishesh. It was special. Vishesha Krishnasya Kripa. Greater even than his mercy on his own mother Devaki. Devaki api. More than Devaki. He gave mercy to me. Because he saved me and my sons from calamities just in the nick of the moment. Every single time. And many calamities came. Queen Kunti, in her famous prayer to Sri Krishna, compares her relation with Sri Krishna to Devaki's. Yatha Rishikesha Khalena Devaki Kamsena Ruddhati Chiram Shucharpita Vimochitaham cha sahatmaja vibho Tvayaiva nathena muhur vipadganataha. O Rishikesh, Krishna, master of the senses and Lord of the Lords. O Vibho, you have released me and my children and your mother Devaki. All of you, all of us were saved by you. You have released me and my children and your mother Devaki, who was long imprisoned and distressed by the envious king Kamsa, from a series of constant dangers. What were these calamities? Vishan Mahagne Purushad Darshanad Asat Sabhaya Vanavasa Krichrata Mridhe Mridhene Kamaharathastrato Draunas Stratascha hare bhirakshita. My dear Krishna, you protected us from the poison cake, Vishan. You protected us from a great fire, Mahagni, from cannibals, from the vicious assembly, Asat Sabha, from sufferings during our exile in the forest, Vanavasa, from the battle where great generals fought, Aneka Maharathastra. And now you have saved us from the weapon of the son of Dronacharya, Drauni, Astratas Chasma. Hare Abhirakshita. Abhirakshita means you protected us from all sides, completely protected us. Now, here is the marma of these shlokas. Please listen carefully. Srimati Kunti Devi here implies that Sri Krishna's mercy on her differs from his mercy on Mother Devaki. Sri Krishna saved Sri Devaki Rani from King Kamsa's persecution, but only after Devaki had been imprisoned for a long time. Moreover, he released Devaki only once, and even when freed, she was still unhappy because Sri Krishna had not rescued the first six of her sons from murder by Kamsa. Haribol. Devaki had to see the murder of six sons, whereas Kunti, all her five sons were protected. Karuna doesn't count because he was a son only namesake. He had rejected Devaki. He had rejected Kunti Devi. So he is not counted as a son. But Sri Krishna saved all the sons, true sons of Devaki. But he did not save the sons of, beg your pardon, Sri Krishna saved all the sons of Kunti Devi, but Sri Krishna did not save the sons of Devaki Rani. But Krishna saved Kunti repeatedly together with her sons. Sri Krishna always came to their rescue without delay. When Duryodhan tried to feed Bhim a poison cake, when Duryodhan tried to burn the Pandavas alive in a palace made of lac, it is said that in the walls of the palace there was camphor. So it smelled very good, but was extremely flammable. And Sri Krishna saved them through different agencies. He saved Bhimsen from the poison cake through the agency of Varuna Dev. He saved the Pandavas and Kunti from the arson, the house on fire, through the agency of Vidur. But ultimately it was Krishna, Sarva Karana Karanam, who was saving them. When the brothers had to face man-eating Rakshasas like Hidimba, Krishna saved them through Bhim. When they were cheated by the Kauravas in gambling, Sri Krishna personally came as Draupadi's sari, and on numerous other occasions. Devaki had protectors other than Krishna, including her husband Vasudev Maharaj and other Vrishni heroes. Whereas for Kunti Devi, her husband had died, and the only shelter she had was her nephew, Shri Krishna. Haribol. Isn't this beautiful? Devaki had other protectors. Her husband was there, Vasudeva Maharaj. But Kunti Maharani is saying, I am more fortunate because I am a widow. I don't even have a husband to protect me. I had no one to turn to but Krishna. See the heart of a devotee. A devotee sees a tragedy as a blessing. Kunti therefore considered her own dependence on Krishna more complete. How beautiful is bhakti, my dear friends. Kunti is feeling grateful that I have been more fortunate than even Devaki. Because Devaki had some other protectors from her family, from her husband, she could get protection. And therefore, Sri Krishna did not save her six sons. But Krishna showed greater mercy to me and my sons because Ananyanath, because we have no other protector, no other Nath. Similarly, Bhishma Dev also says something similar in the first canto in Bhishma Stuti. Who remembers? Same as what Kunti is saying, that I am more fortunate than Devaki. What does Bhishma Dev say? Who remembers? Bhishma Dev says, I am more fortunate than Arjun. Arjun is being protected by Krishna. Arjun's chariot is being driven by Krishna. Arjun is being guided by Krishna against Bhishma. And Bhishma is saying, Krishna showed greater mercy to me than Arjun. In Bhishma Stuti. Why? He says, because Shri Krishna showed his back to Arjun and gave me darshan of his beautiful face for 10 days. Haribol. And that face of Shri Krishna covered with the dust raised by the hooves of the horses on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. That face which had beads of perspiration because Krishna was so desperately trying to avoid my arrows from hitting Arjun, his dear devotee. But Sri Krishna showed his back to Arjun and gave me that beautiful darshan of his dust covered face with beads of perspiration running down his face. Sometimes his uttariya flying in the wind, sometimes his hair getting disheveled. Only to me. Arjun never saw that darshan. Haribol! Arjun! That darshan only I saw. Therefore, I feel Krishna, you have been more merciful to me. How beautiful is bhakti, and how wonderful are these pure devotees. Sachadhunatmano nesham api geheషु sarvata strinam nihata bandhunam maharodana samshrute manasyapi padam jatu na prapnoti kiyan mama. Srimati Kunti Maharani is saying, but now the thought that Sri Krishna is merciful to me never enters my mind. For everywhere in our home and the homes of our neighbors, I hear the loud mourning of the women whose relatives have been slain in the battle of Kurukshetra. Hare Krishna. I used to think that Sri Krishna is very merciful to me, but now those thoughts don't come. Kripa Kripe. Kripa Kripe. Smaranti. She's remembering the Kripa of Krishna and she's also remembering the Akripa of Krishna, where Krishna did not show mercy. Now he's not coming here. Now Hastinapur is not marked by the footprints of Sri Krishna. Now we are bereft of his association. Therefore, I feel Sri Krishna is not merciful because I judge my mercy based on how much Krishna gives me his darshan. Because Krishna darshana jivina. My life and soul is darshan of Krishna. He's not giving darshan now anymore. But now the thought that Sri Krishna is merciful to me never enters my mind, for everywhere in our home and the homes of our neighbors in Hastinapur, I hear the loud mourning of the women whose relatives have been slain. In the aftermath of the devastating battle at Kurukshetra, Shri Kunti Devi cannot even think to herself that Shri Krishna has special affection for her family. Certainly, while speaking to others, she is reluctant to say anything about Krishna's mercy because how much did Kunti lose? She lost her grandchildren, she lost so many relatives. So she thinks that now she's not getting Krishna's mercy. Atastad tyaktaha sampada paririthya vai apada prarthitas tasmin mayatad darshana. Therefore, O Narad Muni, deprived of seeing Sri Krishna, I begged Sri Krishna to take away our wealth and give us more calamities, to bring Sri Krishna again and again and again within our sight. Maya tad darshanapika. Apada prarthita. Shri Kunti Devi is the only devotee in our Shastra who has apada prarthitas tasmin. She has prayed from Krishna for repeated calamities. Vipada santu tat shashva tatra tatra jagat guru. O jagat guru Krishna, give me shashvat vipad, continuous, eternal calamities. Hare Krishna. Shashvat can also mean eternal, perpetual. अजो नित्यो शाश्वतो यम पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीर. Shashwat means eternal, permanent. Vipada santu. Let there be vipad. Let there be calamities. We discussed the difference between problems and calamities. Remember that day? Problems and calamities. Problems are those difficulties which you can try to figure out some solution. But vipad or calamity is that problem in life, that difficulty in life where there is no solution. You just have to tolerate. Hare Krishna. What do you do about Draupadi's 5 sons being murdered in one night? Is there any solution? No. You just have to tolerate. Shri Kunti Devi is praying for Vipada. Apatti. Apada prarthita astasmin. She's praying to Krishna for apad, for calamity. And she's saying that please take away all my sampada, all my riches. Sampada parihritya. Take away all the wealth that we have. Apada prarthita tasmin. And she's praying to Krishna to give repeated calamities. Why? Because maya tad darshana apika. Because all these calamities, all this akinchanta, when I lose everything and I have nothing left, it will be the cause of tad darshan, your darshan. Therefore, here it is said that Kunti Maharani's nature was um, Krishna Darshana Jivana. This is Kunti Maharani. Krishna Darshana Jivana. Her life and soul was darshan of Krishna. So here, therefore, deprived of seeing Krishna, Kunti Maharani is saying, I begged Krishna. When Krishna was leaving, I begged him. Vipada Saduda Shashva. Take away my wealth. Take away my attachment to my sons, Pandavas. Take away my attachment to the Vrishnis also, your family members. Because Kunti Maharani had both the connections. She had connection to Krishna through her sons, because her son is Arjun, who is married to the sister of Shri Krishna. So that way there was a relationship. And Kunti happened to be the real sister of Vasudeva Maharaj. So she was the paternal aunt of Krishna. She's saying, cut off my ties, my attachment to the Pandavas and the Vrishnis, both. Because I just want to have you in my life. I just want to be devoted to you. I just want to be attached to you. Let no other relationship, let no other attachment take me away from you. This is a very high state of consciousness for a mother to say that cut the bonds of attachment I feel for my sons. Cut the bonds of attachment that I feel for my brother and his family. Husband had already passed away. Kunti Maharani's devotion is very high class, my dear friends. Very high class. Something that we can just appreciate. We cannot imitate. Cannot imitate. Conditioned souls cannot have such a high state of consciousness. She's praying for calamities. Apada prarthitas. Because calamities will give Krishna darshan. Tad darshan. Apika. Commentary. Though her family has won back their kingdom, Shri Kunti Devi still sees no happiness because they no longer can see Krishna. Krishna came there, helped them win the war, and then Shri Krishna went back to Dwarka. So they are not happy now, even though they have wealth, kingdom, power. They were happier when struggling against one danger after another. They were happier when struggling against one danger after another. Sometimes sadhakas also have some similar realization where we perform better bhakti when we are overwhelmed with work, when we are busy, 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 busy. And on days when we are free, we become complacent and actually end up doing less bhajan. So Kunti Maharani is saying, let there be dangers in my life because during dangers, out of fear, out of concern for safety, one desperately takes your shelter, O Shri Krishna. Krishna eva gatir mama. Thus, Mother Kunti prayed to Shri Krishna in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Very, very famous shlok from Srimad Bhagavatam. Vipada santuta shashvat tatra tatra jagat guru bhavato darshanam yatsyad apunar bhavadarshanam. I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again. Vipada means vipatti, calamity. Santuta shashvat. Let it come again and again. Shashvat. Vipada santuta shashvat. So that we could see you again and again. Tatra tatra jagat guru bhavato darshanam. Because then we will have darshan of you, Krishna, who are Jagat Guru. This is another verse where Shri Krishna is addressed as Jagat Guru. This is the original verse actually. Jagat Guru. Mahabharata. Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru. O Krishna, you are Jagat Guru. You know what is best for us. Therefore, as Jagat Guru, as my spiritual master, I'm telling you, please give me calamities. Because what the spiritual master does is always beneficial for the disciple. So Kunti Maharani is saying, you are Jagat Guru. You know what I need. You know I'll become complacent in happy times when you leave me. So don't leave me. And the only way to keep you here is calamities because it has been my experience. Whenever there is calamity, you come to help us, knowing us to be your ashrit bhaktas, your dependent, sheltered devotees. Therefore, vipada santuha shashvat. Let there be again and again vipatti. Because tatratta jagat guru bhavato darshanam. Will calamities will give me your darshan again and again. For seeing you means that we will no longer see samsara, repeated birth and death. Bhavato darshanam yat syad apunar bhava darshanam. Either we can have Jagat Guru Krishna darshanam or we can have bhava darshanam. Bhava darshan means samsara. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Staying in this material world, birth after birth. Apunar bhava means liberation, means being with Krishna. माया सूर्य कृष्ण सूर्य समा माया है अंधकार जहां कृष्ण तहा नहीं माया अधिकार कृष्ण सूर्य समा कृष्ण इज सन माया इज द ऑपोजिट डार्कनेस माया है अंधकार कृष्ण सूर्य समा माया है अंधकार जहां कृष्ण तहा नहीं माया अधिकार इफ वी आर विथ कृष्ण दैट मीन्स वी आर नॉट विथ माया सो कुंती महाराज इज सेइंग आई वांट यू कृष्ण इफ आई हैव योर दर्शन देन आई विल नेवर हैव टू हैव दर्शन ऑफ दिस भाव सागर अपुनर भाव दर्शनम. A devotee who has seen the lotus feet of Sri Krishna is guaranteed liberation from the cycle of birth and death. But the Krishna consciousness devotee, but the Krishna conscious devotee sees also that this liberation, Apunar Bhava Darshanam, is nothing compared with the pleasure of serving Krishna in one's own relationship with Him. Our individual rasa with Krishna, relationship with Rasaraj Krishna, with Rasaraj Gopal, our eternal relationship with Sri Krishna, who is Rasaraj Gopal, and we are the Das. That Krishna who alone relishes various rasas, various sweet relationships with his devotees, that joy is unlimitedly greater than the joy of mukti, liberation. So here Kunti is not asking for liberation when she says apunar bhavadarshanam. What she means by apunar bhavadarshanam means she wants Krishna's association, even at the cost of having to suffer many, many calamities. This is Srimad Bhagavatam 1.8.25, very famous shlok. Vipada santuta shashvat tatra tatra jagadguru bhavato darshanam yatsyat apunarbhava darshanam. A devotee who has seen the lotus feet of Sri Krishna is guaranteed liberation from the cycle of birth and death. But the Krishna conscious devotee sees also that this liberation, apunarbhava darshanam mukti, is nothing compared with the pleasure of serving Krishna in one's own relationship with him. That own relationship pleasure is called rasa, and Krishna is Rasaraj. He is the greatest king who enjoys these relationships with his devotees personally. दत्त्वा निष्कण्टकं राज्यं पाण्डवा सुखिता इति मत्वाधुना विहायास्मान् द्वारकायाम् अवस्थितम्. Shri Krishna gave the Pandavas their kingdom, free from thorny opponents. Kantaka means thorns. Nishkantaka Rajyam means unopposed kingdom, unrivaled sovereignty. Dattva, Krishna gave. Dattva Nishkantikam Rajyam Pandava. He gave the Pandavas, my sons, unrivaled kingdom, free from enemies. Now, thinking that the Pandava brothers are happy and satisfied, Pandava Sukhitha iti Matva. Now, Adhuna Vihayasman, he has Vihaya, he has given up our association, and Dwarakayam Avasthitam. That Sri Krishna is now situated in Dwarka. He is residing in Dwarka. He has left us. Vihaya. Why? Because he thinks Sukhita. We are happy. And he has gone and he's staying in Dwarka. How can we be happy? Even though our kingdom is Nishkantakam Rajyam. It's a completely unopposed kingdom. There is no one to fight with us, oppose us. You see, when you are in a management position and there is conduct, there is thorny opposition, people who constantly poke, prod, trouble, oppose, cut your suggestions down. It is very, very unhealthy, toxic environment to do seva. The Pandavas did not have like that. They had no headache. There were no re-elections. There was no opposing party. Nothing. Their Rajya, their kingdom was Nishkantakam. It was completely free from any thorny opposition. And therefore, considering that the Pandavas had become happy, Pandava Sukhita iti Matva, thinking that Pandavas are happy now. Adhuna means now. Vihaya Asman. Kunti Maharani is saying he has abandoned us. And where is he gone? Dwarakayam avasthitam. He is residing in Dwarka. How can we be happy without Krishna? अतोत्र तस्या गमने अप्याशापे अप्याशा मे पगता बत मन्ये धुनात्मनः शीघ्र मरणम तदनुग्रहम. Hare Krishna. Shri Kunti Maharani is concluding her speech to Shri Narad Muni by saying, so I have given up hope that Shri Krishna will ever come back. Haribo. I've given up hope. All that asha, hope, is gone. That Krishna agamane, tasya agamane. Krishna's agaman in Hastinapur, I have given up those hopes. Asha me apagata. All those hopes of mine are gone. I have become nirash. All my asha is gone that Krishna will ever come back to Hastinapur. Now I think his real mercy would be my quick death. Maranam tad anugraham. Anugraha means mercy. What would be anugraha? Shighra maranam. Hare Krishna. Kunti Maharani is saying that I feel that Atmana Shighra Maranam. Atmana means my. Shighra means quick. Maranam means death. My quick death, tad anugraham, would be his real mercy now. This is the this is the cry of a heart aching and paining in separation. Virahadasha. Maranam tad anugraham. My death would be mercy now. Hare Krishna. And then, my dear friends, Sri Kunti Maharani directs Sri Narad Muni to the Yadavas. Hari Bol. Bandhu Vatsala it Asha Tanturyash Satrutyet Yadubhistasya Gadha Sambandha Marshana. Shri Kunti Maharani is saying, my last thread of hope that Shri Krishna is always compassionate to his friends and relatives can easily break if I simply consider how strongly Shri Krishna is attached to the Yadus. Gadha Sambandha Yadubhi. He has great, intense, thick relationship with the Yadus. Not with us, with the Yadus. Commentary. Yudhishthir reached the same conclusion that the Pandavas cannot hope to compete for Krishna's attention with the Yadavas of Dwarka. The Yadavas, as Shri Krishna's family members, Sambandhat Vrishnayo, have first claim on Krishna. It is their Janma Siddha Adhikar on Krishna because they are the family members of Krishna. They are his uncles, cousins, and sons. They are family members. And from Shri Kunti's point of view, the Yadavas, much more strongly than the Pandavas, are connected with Krishna as his loving servants because they just live together. They are a family. Yadyahi tasya parama priyavarga mukhyan Shri Yadavan nirupama pramadabhimagnan Tesham mahattvamatulam bhagavam stvameva Janasi tad vayamaho kimu varnayema. Therefore, go see the divine Yadavas, the Lord's most beloved associates, who live immersed in a vast, unequaled ocean of joy. Dwarka is not just situated in the ocean, it is situated in the ocean of joy. Dwarka. Kunti Maharani is saying. Therefore, go. You want to see the real Kripa Patra of Sri Krishna? Go to the divine Yadavas. Hari Bol. Shri Yadavan. Shri Yadavan means the divine Yadavas. Go. Go to Shri Yadavs, the Lord's most beloved associates. Priyavarga. Parama Priyavarga. Tasya Parama Priyavarga. They are his, Krishna's topmost dear associates. Shri Yadavs. Go. See them. They are Nirupama. Incomparable. Nirupama. There is no Upama. Nirupama. There is no comparison. Unprecedented. They are uh, experiencing unequaled joy, ocean of joy. Abdhi, Pramada Abdhi. Pramada means joy, and Abdhi means ocean. Magnan means they are completely immersed in an ocean of joy. My Lord Narad Muni, hey Bhagavan Narad, you know very well how great the Yadus are. There is a chapter in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto where Sri Narad Muni visits the Yadus, visits each individual palace of Sri Krishna. So Narad Muni knows, Kunti Devi is saying, you know the glory of the Yadus, how great they are. What can I tell you about their glories? Janasi Tadvayam. You know. Vayam means we. Aho kimu varnayema. What can we describe? You already know. You have seen it firsthand. The fortune of the Yadus, how Krishna never leaves them. He stays with them. They are his family members. They have the first claim on Krishna, being his family members. Commentary. Shri Narad Muni, Maharani Kunti Devi says, should go, Shri Narad Muni should go to Dwarka to see the Yadavas, follow the example of their devotion and achieve the mercy of their association. Yadavas are the best of all Supreme Lord Krishna's exalted devotees, including Brahma and the other demigods in the heavenly planets, Garud and other Parshads of Vaikuntha, Prahlad, Hanuman, and other Vaishnavas in the world of mortals. Greatest are the Yadus. Shri Kunti Devi thinks that because the Yadavas are absorbed in ecstasy, here it is. Nirupama Pramada Abdhi Magnan. They are immersed in a joy of ocean, which is incomparable. There is no comparison. Kunti Devi thinks that because the Yadavas are absorbed in ecstasy, Sri Narad Muni's ecstasy will certainly increase in their company. Remaining with Kunti and the Pandavas, however, will only drag him down into misery because they were feeling miserable. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Go, Krishna is staying with the Yadus. They are happy. Go there. You'll also become happy if you go there. In case Sri Narad Muni suggests he can derive enough satisfaction simply by hearing about the Yadavas from Kunti and her sons, Sri Kunti Devi reminds Narad Muni that he already knows the residents of Dwarka better than the Pandavas do, since Narad Muni had visited Dwarka many times. What can Kunti tell him that he does not already know? He should just go to Dwarka, where he can see Krishna's full mercy. Go and see it for yourself. The Yadus are much more fortunate than us in Hastinapur. Hare Krishna. So leave Hastinapur and go to Dwaraka. And then, dear devotees, what happens next? Krishna willing, we will see tomorrow. Tomorrow we will do exactly 30 minutes because tomorrow I also have Bhakti Center New York Bhagavatam class which starts at 7:15. So 6:30 to 7, 7:10 we will read Brihad Bhagavatamrta and then we'll jump on the other Zoom call for Bhakti Center New York. Thank you very much, dear devotees. I hope all of you are relishing the Amrit of Brihad Bhagavatamrita. The Brihad Amrit of Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Big nectar that Srila Sanatan Goswami is giving all of us. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Wish you all a very, very purifying, transformative Gundisha Marjanam. Today is a very holy day. It's the occasion of Shri Gundisha Marjanam, where there is nice cleaning and decorating Shri Vrindavan Dham because Gundisha temple is in Sundarachal, which represents Vrindavan. And it is so attractive that Shri Krishna decides to leave Dwarka and come and stay there. Haribol. So today is Gundisha Marjanam and tomorrow is Shri Jagannath Rath Yatra, which also means tomorrow is the Vyasa Puja, 67th Vyasa Puja of Shri Srimad Radha Govinda Das Goswami Maharaj. Haribol. This time when we were in Gauravani Prabhu's house after the program, we went to meet my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and I introduced Sri Balaram Prabhu and Sita Mataji and Dasanudas to Maharaj. And I said they live in Vrindavan for so many years, more than a decade, around 12, 13 years they're living in Vrindavan, and they are recipients of the mercy of Srila Radha Govinda Maharaj. So Srila Radhanath Maharaj's eyes became big. He looked at Sri Balram Prabhu and said, "You are supremely fortunate." Maharaj said like that. You are supremely fortunate. So it is the Vyas Puja of Srila Radha Govind Maharaj. In my life, I have received so much mercy from Srila Radha Govind Maharaj. Many of the classes that I serve simply hear Srila Radha Govind Maharaj's classes and try to translate them in English and speak. So very grateful. And many of my very dearest friends and seniors and superiors and parents like Pradyumna Prabhu and Damodar Mata are also very, very closely connected with Srila Radha Govind Maharaj. So for that reason also I'm very grateful. Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Radha Govind Maharaj 76th birthday tomorrow. On Rath Yatra, the Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra, same day. And same day Maharaj Vyas Puja there. So we have in Baltimore also, we are celebrating. Yeah.
Shirayu Prabhu, आ जाओ Cincinnati.
Baltimore आ जाओ प्रभु.
Baltimore आ जाओ. Last year I remember I had gone to Cincinnati for
Right.
So yes, very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you.
All of you have a wonderful Shri Gundicha Marjanam Utsav, and then tomorrow.
Yes.
Rath Yatra. Thank you.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Radha.
Jai Radhe Shyam. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Sanatana